Okay. Turn the TV on for some music. Okay, I can stay like that because I'm not going to move the camera. Turn the TV on. I start cleaning up this mess. Sort everything out: socks, pants, overalls, underwear, everything. Power pile. That's gonna take a couple hours. I'm gonna do it.
The husband's just been killed in an industrial accident.
James and Richard then set about my Don Johnson mobile.
So you're going to get climbed into the cab of the AA recovery vehicle and say, follow that. You're Nick, and have you got a fan belt for an old Fiat? Because it's that.
But I retaliated by demonstrating a special feature.
You open the boot.
Yeah, done that.
You see,
Yeah.
an armed siege, okay? I'm pinned down in the car by Robert De Niro. I need to get at my M16. I just come through here without getting out of the car.
It really was time for a challenge.
We don't yet know what we're going to do.
Well, if it's going to Brighton and post undercover in gay clubs, you're out there already.
Yeah.
We've got a challenge here, boys.
Done that out the world Brighton.
Now that you have your cars, you must each use your skill and ingenuity to turn them into the perfect modern police car for no more than £500. You must meet up at the track for a series of tests to find out which one is best.
Eczema is
Okay, seen that one already.
But you can
I make some. Yeah, I would like to do that too, but we're gonna do what I said I was gonna do. We're gonna clean the room up a little bit more. We didn't eat lunch because we were not hungry. We'll watch the local news like we usually do, and now we're gonna do something crazy and yeah, we're gonna do some more stuff here, and
Get the money to your
that's it.
passport advance. Request from $500 to $35,000.
need to
Fast,
get the
secure,
stuff shown
and
up.
100% online.
We're
Honored
gonna
to
do
be
a little
the
bit.
rated Best Loan Finder of 2025 by Financial Services
Oh,
Review.
fuck, I gotta do that.
We are here to help you get your funds delivered when you need them. Find out how much you can get today.
Oh, okay. Before we start doing that, I need to do a couple of things here. I gotta shut a couple things and move a couple things around, then we'll start cleaning up this crap.
So my first two YouTube videos were pretty big and important topics, so I think should be as well. Now I cover industries on my TikTok, but one of my favorite things to do is GTA in real life, the locations that GTA is based on. And the most interesting one of them all is the Alamo Sea. Now the video of this I did on TikTok did really well, and I understand why. It's because the Alamo Sea has so much lore, it's unbelievable. In GTA 5, the Alamo Sea isn't really that important. In story mode, there is a plane at the bottom of the Alamo Sea, but in GTA Online, there's nothing. Now, we all know what that plane is from. It's from Mission Minor Turbulence in story mode, where Trevor crashes the cargo plane into the Alamo Sea. But apart from that, the Alamo Sea is pretty much useless until you know the lore in real life. Now, obviously, every location in GTA 5 is based on somewhere.
It is in two towns.
And the Alamo Sea is based directly on the Salton Sea, a very interesting location. So you've probably all noticed that Sandy Shores is a complete dump. Abandoned vehicles, abandoned buildings, it looks like nobody lives there at all. And that's because Sandy Shores is directly based on the surrounding locations of the Salton Sea in real life. One of these examples is Bombay Beach. It's pretty much a wreck in real life, and this is what they based Sandy Shores on. So the Alamo Sea is based on the Salton Sea in real life. Well, the Salton Sea was once one of the most popular resorts in America during the 1950s and the 1960s. The entire shoreline of the Salton Sea was basically a beautiful beach where people would come on holiday, where they'd take their boats, famous people would come and see it. It was one of the most beautiful and popular attractions across the entirety of America. But now the Salton Sea, Bombay Beach, and all of these surrounding locations are completely abandoned. There are still residents that live nearby to the Salton Sea, but it is no longer an attraction. It's a forgotten location in America. So what happened to the Salton Sea? Why was it so popular in the 1950s and the 1960s, and now it's a ghost town? Well, it's because the body of water known as the Salton Sea was never supposed to exist. It's not a naturally made body of water, it's man-made. You see, in 1905, there was a canal created by people. It was to get water from the Colorado River to the Imperial Valley.
Okay, I gotta do my thing, I
used the
gotta do
canal
laundry.
to transport water. But they made a mistake because heavy rain then caused this canal to overflow and divert water into the Salton Basin for the next 2 years. It took them 2 years to repair and stop this. And those 2 years of that canal overflowing created the Salton Sea. And the water never went away because there was so much of it, so people made it a resort. They created boating clubs, they made it a huge attraction. They even put fish in the Salton Sea for sport purposes. They basically created their own beautiful lake. But the Salton Sea isn't natural, so it doesn't have any connecting rivers or streams. It just sits there. A body of water that
That
sits
is
there.
true, but
So
Yeah, I
over
know
the
you
many
said that
years,
earlier
the
before we
water would sit there,
started recording, look at
evaporate,
that.
and then leave behind all of the salt until the salinity was higher than seawater itself. Imagine that, a lake with salinity higher than seawater. That's insane. In result of this, all of the fish that they put into the lake themselves would die and pollute the lake even more. And because of this, the Salton Sea is now California's most polluted inland lake. That, of course, killed the resort, and now it's even dangerous to live near the Salton Sea because it can cause breathing issues. And that explains why Sandy Shores is so run down and abandoned, because the same thing happened in GTA 5. Sandy Shores was once a popular tourist destination, and now the Alamo Sea is polluted, so the remaining residents that live there, like Trevor, are risking their lives. In real life, the nearby residents set up a thing called Save the Salton Sea. It's basically a petition, they put up signs, and the idea is they want the government to put funding into saving the Salton Sea to try and make it how it once was before. And Rockstar put the same thing in GTA 5. If you look around Sandy Shores, you can find the words Save the Sands. It's written everywhere around Sandy Shores, so in abandoned buildings, on walls, in swimming
So let's
pools.
start
and
sorting,
it's the
shall we?
in-game version of Save the
So let's start
Salton Sea.
sorting, shall we? We're gonna start sorting our clothes around.
Another interesting detail
And
is
that's
the sandbanks around Sandy Shores.
Those are levees.
Sandbanks exist because in real life the Salton Sea has been known to flood. Because once again, the Salton Sea is not a natural lake, so when it rains a lot, it will flood. Some of the buildings in Sandy Shores are also directly inspired by real-life buildings in the same area of the Salton Sea. Good examples of this are the Windmill House and the Boathouse. So now you know why Sandy Shore looks the way it does. It's because the Alamo Sea is polluted and it's based on the real-life tragedy of the Salton Sea. So in the 1950s and 60s, Sandy Shores would have been a huge tourist destination. And that leads me on to the nearby famous abandoned motel. This motel in GTA has a big history. A lot of fake videos were made here. It's an interesting area and it's definitely spooky at night with the smashed windows and the blood on the walls. But the backstory of this motel and why it's abandoned connects to the Salton Sea. You see, this motel used to exist in real life and it used to look exactly the same as it does in-game. In real life, it was called the North Shore Motel and it was right next to the Salton Sea. The motel was
Sorry, guys, there's some weather stuck going on right now.
4 to 5 years before the release of GTA 5. But by 2009, Rockstar had already started developing GTA 5. They'd already sent their scouts out to the Salton Sea into California, and they found this motel. And I guess they decided to keep it in the game even after the real-life version was demolished. Now, before this motel was demolished, it was abandoned for years, because the prime of this motel was in the 1950s and the 1960s. It thrived on
Okay, guys, we're gonna keep an eye on the
Salton Sea.
weather. My phone's buzzing because of the weather reports come in. Now, we have two weather radios here, so don't worry. They start squelling out.
Heavy rainfall or likely and an isolated tornado is possible.
The Salton Sea killed the entire area and
Mostly sunny. Waves
things being the motel.
Okay, right now it's 12:30-ish East Coast time, so we're good.
Obviously, it's sat abandoned for years afterwards, and it was demolished at the end of 2008. The reason for it being demolished was because obviously it was abandoned and kids would break in there to drink. And it's actually quite hard to find much detail about this motel on the internet. Because one
Okay.
of the only videos of this motel is in Rachel Yamagata's music video for the song
Ow.
Elephants. This is a 15-year-old YouTube video of her and cinematics of the motel. She decided to go there to film her music video, which makes it incredibly unique as it's one of the only videos ever of this motel. You can also see parts of the Salton Sea in her music video, but it was still abandoned back then because that was only 15 years ago. The prime was in the 1950s and the 1960s. But still, this motel being in GTA 5 is still kind of special as it doesn't exist anymore and it didn't
No,
even
do I know
exist
what to do,
when
close or
GTA
not?
5 released. It's a part of history stuff in
Yeah.
a video game. But all of this
I'll
aside,
sort-
in real life, there are some fairly good
Let's
news
sort.
on the sea.
We'll sort and put everything back where it was in the corner.
Fix the pollution in the water and restore the nearby area. So all of these nearby towns that Sandy Shores is based on will be rebuilt, meaning GTA 5 will be incredibly out of date. But regardless of that fact, GTA 5 still has some incredible lore that still holds up to this day. The words Save the Sands were 3 words, but it unlocked a whole lot of backstory. Now, I will be doing more GTA location lore like this in the future. I do some of these videos on my TikTok and I really do enjoy them, so there will be more videos like this coming. So that is now my 3rd video complete. If you learned something new, drop a like because that helps me out an incredible amount, and make sure you have a great day.
It truly is a category buster. This product changes everything we thought possible. Is it a sculpture? Is it art? Is it function? Painstakingly crafted 2 years in the making. This is Drogon's Fury, the most ambitious culinary collector piece ever created. 8 seasons, 8 years of unforgettable storytelling. And the burning question was always, where did Drogon pick Khaleesi? That very moment is so essential to the storytelling. And in my imagination, Drogon has to be here. He might have taken her to a place where it meant a lot to the book. It's that moment that this item is born. But we didn't just want to reproduce the scene. We wanted to create something no one has done before. This is essentially our own piece of fan fiction. We knew we wanted to have a full-size chef knife. The question became, how big should the dragon be? A sculpted resin display stand, 22 by 10 inches, 13 pounds. This is our first time working with a
Yeah, we'll watch that later.
supplier, and the manufacturing process couldn't be more different than later. When that model first showed up, it's huge! Look at the size of this thing. Awesome power, yes, but grief, mourning, and love, all expressed in this furious lament. Consider the materials of those who go into these epic battles. We wanted to tie that in as well. Black copper Damascus steel, ultra premium ultra rare. A steel key knife maker series. This is the first Dalstrong product that has a handle made of metal. A handle crafted from zinc alloy with a finish that draws on dragon steel. Premium synthetic rubies that glow like ambers in the light. The amount of dexterity and fine motor skills you must have to be able to carve these is unparalleled. Each of these are hand-painted, hand-finished, hand-assembled. And see, the intricate detail that goes into the plaque and the stand adds to the full experience of what you have with the Studio Forge product. It takes a lot of time and efforts to actually make sure every part is perfect. The skills that's needed to paint and handcraft into these takes years of experience to hone. Take a look at the neck and the head. Look at the brush strokes. I mean, these things take hours and hours. Honestly, hats off.
It is washed.
Who have made this product even possible. This is the ultimate fusion of culinary craft and collective artistry. We're only making 497. To produce 497 of these is both a feat,
Not mine.
but also recognizing that this is a highly collectible, limited edition, never to be produced again item. Why 497? Well, there are 4 dragons, 9 free cities, and let's see if you can figure out what the 7 stands for. From the first time that you touch the stand and you feel the rock to the feeling of the dragon's
I really want to, but I can't do that on camera because that's actually against the rules on YouTube. I'll do it later.
It's all part of this very unique experience. You feel it, you see it, it just has this soul to it that speaks to craftsmanship and attention to detail. This is an industry first execution. No one has ever done anything like this, and it really opens up possibilities of what we can design in the future with later displays. We're going to continue to push the boundaries on scale, on collectability. We hope that you get to experience everything that we put into this piece.
These two need
This
washed.
really is a world first.
The natural longevity chew, 10,000 plus dogs now get daily. As dog parents, I'm sure you've seen this dog aging chart at least once.
One,
So you know how much
two,
faster
three.
dogs
Wow, I
age
got a
compared
lot.
to humans. Think about how your body has changed over the last 10 years. Stiffening joints and less energy, but it happened gradually so you could adjust locally. Now imagine all that same change in just 1 year. That's your dog because they age up to 7 times faster, meaning their bodies shift more rapidly. So what's gradual for us feels like 7 for them. Meaning, when allergies strike, it causes a full body reaction. Histamine floods our system, causing inflammation and strain at a
Everything's
cellular
still here.
level.
Everything
And
good.
because it age
What's
faster,
these?
the impact is so much more drastic. So if your dog seems tired, itchy, or in pain,
Those
it's
are the
likely
ones.
because their immune system is fighting a bigger
Okay.
battle than you even
Okay.
realize. So
Okay,
now can make
let's
all the
be-
difference to their longevity. That's why healthy allergy and immune chews were created. They're all natural treats that don't just stop itching, they protect their lifespan. With research-backed blend of probiotics, colostrum, quercetin, and turmeric, they help to block
Ooh,
histamine
I had
reaction,
those,
reduce
those
skin
are
inflammation, and strengthen their
Those
immune
are
system from within. The result, their body finally isn't having to work overtime for every minor trigger. So
Okay.
they can age gracefully. Want to give your dog more quality years? Take our 60-second quiz.
Okay,
at
everything is
Recommend
here.
Today, plus 20% off your first order.
Yeah, I want to do that in 5 minutes.
The Ghost Dog. The Ghost Dog is, dare I say it, the most interesting mystery in GTA 5. And it's the most interesting mystery because it has so many theories that actually sound correct. But regardless of all of those theories on the Ghost Dog, I do believe I've found something, and what I've found has swayed my opinion. This is going to be the most in-depth video on the Ghost Dog you've ever seen. I'm going to cover
Ooh,
literally
I haven't
everything,
seen those in
and then I'm going
forever.
to show you my new discovery and tell you exactly what this Ghost Dog is. Okay, so
Well,
as usual,
so
I'm
yeah,
going to go
we're-
over what the Ghost Dog is. So if you already know the story
yeah.
of the Ghost Dog and how Franklin meets him, I'm going to put a timestamp on the screen, skip to that time, and that will kick you straight into all of the theories. So as the story progresses, the
Okay.
Strangers and Freaks mission will appear up near the observatory.
Okay, behind me.
This mission is only available for Franklin, and it serves as a multi-purpose. And by multi-purpose, I mean that there's this whole mystery with the dog, but there's also the parachute jumps, because this Strangers and Freaks mission unlocks all of the parachute jumps around the map. So as you get closer
Okay,
to
we
the
go, done.
Strangers and Freaks mission, you can hear a dog barking. It is then revealed that the Strangers and Freaks mission is in fact the dog itself.
Okay. Okay.
Hello, boy. What's that? You said a man is stuck in a tree. And he needs my help? Part of you would rather leave him there because he's a bit of a dick. But you're doing your civic duty. Okay, sure.
Okay, we know that shit.
So Franklin is able to understand this dog. That's a bit weird. The dog will then lead Franklin down the mountain to a man in distress stuck in a tree. This man is Dom, the parachute guy. Now the dialogue between Franklin and Dom confirms that Franklin is the only person able to see this dog. It is in fact a ghost dog.
You might give me a hand here? Man, that's a cool ass dog you got, homie.
What dog?
Yeah,
that dog that saved your ass, man.
Dude, I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
The fuck? Hello? When you got a moment. Here you go.
Oh, so that's a little bit weird. Dom didn't see anything. A ghost dog that appeared by the road grabbed